Welcome to Syringa Park for continued coverage of the Monster TRP Motocross Nationals, the fourth round of the Nationals for 2016. A good crowd have turned up at Syringa. First race on the program for this week, 65cc class. The little guys. These bikes have got gearboxes and accelerate almost as quick as the big bikes with the power to weight ratio. Championship leader is Hayden Tully, but a good start from Troy Morale. In attendance, Leonard Dutoy as well. Blake Young got a good start on 331. Morale has already been overtaken by Hayden Tully, our championship leader. He has dominated this class so far this year. Good shot of Cameron Newbury. He's having a big dice with Dylan Kirk and Luca Mainhard. I love the dad on the side of the track telling the kids how fast they must go. As you see 55 coming through the shot there, that is Dylan Kirk. A lot of encouragement from the sidelines with the parents heavily involved in the sport. Byron Dutoy, he's just behind Luke Grundy out on the track, just ahead of Wyatt McGregor and Garrick Henley. There is James Thompson on a Yamaha lookalike, and Tyler Tarantino is having a fantastic ride on his KTM, one of the best performances we've seen for this year. Nathan Kuhn getting a lot of encouragement from the sideline. Ooh, and a crash in the background. One of these riders has taken a big tumble there. The marshals will be running out to make sure that he doesn't get run over by another motorcycle. Out front, Hayden Tully has really got the hammers down and showing the riders the way around this track. Blake Young has moved up into second place on 331, just ahead of Troy Morale on 30. So a change up for second and third places as well in the dying moments of the race. We're waiting for the checkers to come out, and it will be Hayden Tully picking up yet another win in the championship.
Got a good start, got to the first turn third. Troy Morale was in front of me, and Dan Manuel took the wrong turn. So passed Troy Morale in the third turn. Then I led from there. The track got pretty rough. And yeah.
Yes, Hayden Tully dominating. We go on to the MX1 class. These are the big 450cc machines. A real handful around this track. A rather depleted grid in the 450cc class. And straight away a great start for Kerem Fitzgerald on the factory Red Bull KTM. Does he hold on to it? Yes, he does, because Sasha Nordier just goes a little bit wide going to turn one. Actually loses a place there to Richard van der Westhuizen. Good to see Van der Westhuizen back on form on his Husqvarna. It's taken him a few races, because don't forget he didn't race at all last year, and look at him go. Fourth place, Anthony Reynard, Wesley Deploy just behind him, and good to see Wyatt Davis out there on bike number 50, trying to pick up on David Goosen. He did take a tumble in that first turn. Looks like he'll be charging through the pack at a rate of knots. Look at the airtime Kerem Fitzgerald is getting ahead of Richard van der Westhuizen. And Sasha Nordier looks like he's trying to make a pass. Whoa, and a big mistake there. That's Ross Branch from Botswana on bike number 24. That's the KTM. That bike looked like it was tying itself in knots. And there it is, David Goosen having to come through the field using the big berm at the Bridgestone corner. And it looks like Ross Branch's tank slapper has put him out of the race. That puts David Goosen up into fourth position on the Tinswala out of Africa Racing Yamaha. Dylan Donald on the 102 machine. Big dice going on between Richard van der Westhuizen and Sasha Nordier, both ABE Midas Husqvarna bikes. Kerem Fitzgerald on the KTM has got 2-second lead, and Sasha Nordier is looking for a pass. He goes up the inside of Richard van der Westhuizen. And Anthony Reynard and David Goosen are fighting for that fourth position. Still no change in second though. Sasha Nordier on Richard van der Westhuizen. Goosen has got himself in the fourth. Yes, and Anthony Reynard has slipped down to fifth. He's the championship leader. Wesley Deploy on 226, now into sixth position. Kerem Fitzgerald has just set the fastest lap, a 1 minute 25.629 with that KTM. He's got this track dialed in. Wet patches are not putting him off at all. We can confirm Sasha Nordier has moved up into second position ahead of Richard van der Westhuizen. David Goosen now in fourth. Waiting for the checkered flag. And yet another win for Kerem Fitzgerald. It's making the championship points really tight at the top of the field. Let's catch up with Ross Branch and see what happened to him.
I hit a few bumps coming down the hill and lost control, and unfortunately I hit my head on the handlebars and hurt my wrist, so I pulled out as I'm leading the off-road championship, so I had to keep that in mind as well.
Richard van der Westhuizen back on form.
Actually, I was going pretty good at the beginning, and then just my arms got a bit tired. I'm still not used to this whole MX thing after being 2 years off, and it's the intensity got to me a bit, and had two big moments, and Sasha got me, and then just took it easy from there, and so I got podium, so I was pretty happy with that.
An overall winner, Karen Fitzgerald.
First race, whole shotted. This track is very important with the start, so I got out to a good start. Richie was behind me for a while, and then I think Sasha got by Richie, and Sasha put a bit of pressure on me for a while, but towards the end I managed to open a little gap and take home the win in the first 450, so I was happy about that. One more to go and we'll see how it goes.
Next up on the grid, the ladies and support classes. What a great start there from Brittany Cuthbert on the KTM. Also a great start from Nanda Clouds on the Yamaha. Ooh, somebody's crashed out right at the beginning of the race. It could be number 36, Matthew Hills, getting some medical attention. So Brittany Cuthbert leads the ladies class. Nanda closes in second. In the support class, it's Baptista ahead of Bevan Christie at the moment, with Mason Based in close attendance. Take a look at that. Bike number 1, Tony Jardine. She's also in the mix in the ladies class. Well contested for this year amongst the ladies. That's Kate Stevenson and Janka Pedersen having a good dice in the ladies class as well. And a rider has fallen in front of them. It looks like Karika Pedersen has taken a tumble on that tight turn. Fernaz Batista on a 125 in the senior support class. And a good run by Tony Jardine. She's just ahead of Bevan Christie, who's riding in the senior supports. Natasha Regani on 31. Oh, Tony Jardine has taken a tumble at the top end of the track amongst the trees. And Karika Pedersen falls down once again right in the Bridgestone corner, right in front of the pit area. Nanda Close on 244 is leading the ladies class. She's ahead of Brittany Cuthbert. And just behind them, it's Kayla Roth having a good run, and Natasha Regani on 31. Support class winner is going to be Fernaz Batista, and he's just ahead of Bevan Christie. Great run from Nanda Close, though, to pick up the win. Let's catch up with Tony Jardine and see what happened to her in that race.
I was leading the race, I had quite a good lead, and I was very comfortable, no pressure. And then my chain got snapped off my swing arm in the air, and the chain locked up into the front sprocket. So unfortunately I couldn't finish, and it was a DNF.
Very bad luck for Tony Jardine, who obviously likes this Syringa track, one of the oldest tracks in the country, and a fantastic turnout of regional and national riders for today's racing. Next up on the program, the 125cc high school class. Last time out, championship leader Keegan Hicksamoni didn't have the best of races. So we're looking for Slade Smith, who seems to have hit form lately. Oh, and two riders already gone down in turn number 1. I see bike number 84 stuck there. That's Carl Flanagan. He'd be wanting to charge through the pack. 737 in the picture was Slade Smith. Not the best of start, but he did come from behind in Bloemfontein. Will he do it again today? Out front, we've got our leader Ricky Roth on the Yamaha. Hickson Mahoney on 14, championship leader. Under close attendance, though, from Slade Smith. He's already up into third position. Matthew Kruger and Jordan Fenter also in the mix. Fenter with old school kit there, plain white for him. Roth is having a tremendous run, but Hickson Mahoney just put in the quickest lap of this race. Regan Wasmith, the Zimbabwean, in third, having a tremendous ride. Jordan Fenter just behind them. Slade Smith has gone missing. Can't see him in the shot. Apparently he's taken a crash at the other end of the circuit. So Wasmith is definitely up into third place. And just behind him is going to be Jordan Fenter. As they come down to the bottom end of the circuit, Keegan Hickson Mahoney has made a move on Ricky Roth. So our championship leader looking to pick up all-important 25 points in this heat run. Roth dropping back almost immediately. Has he got a problem with his bike, we wonder? There is Wasmith having a great ride in third. And all these little guys, they started racing off on 50s together. It has been a couple of years that they've been doing this. Marco de Fryer also having a great run. He's charging through the field, set up second quickest lap of the race so far. And Regan Wasmith makes a move on his teammate Ricky Roth. That puts Wasmith into third and Roth into fourth position. We're waiting for the checkers around the Bridgestone corner, and it will be Keegan Hickson Mahoney picking up another win just ahead of Marco de Fryer and Regan Wasmith. with teammate Ricky Roth just behind. Let's catch up with our race winner, Keegan Hickson Mahoney.
I got a bad start, and in the first one I managed to get to second. And then Ricky Roth passed me about halfway through the race, but then he battled because he has an arm injury, and I managed to pass him and get the win. I'd just like to thank Thor from Jimmy and Yuri from Thor, Odin Motorcycles, Bellissimo Eyewear, and Extreme Projects.
Next up on the program, the final race for the weekend. Yes, Ross Branch is back on the line for the MX1s. KTM mounted, Wyatt Davis, good to see him out there on the track, probably the most experienced rider in the field as we go on board with David Goosen down into turn number 1. Ooh, and it does look like Sasha Nordia's got the whole shot. A big slide though from Karen Fitzgerald. Oh, and Fitzgerald has come together with Richard van der Westhuizen. That's going to put them down the field just a wee bit. That lets Goosen up into second place. Yes, Fitzgerald in third. Good start from Ross Branch on 24 and 23. Anthony Reynard on the Ace Motorsports Husqvarna all the way from Cape Town. Does look like Fitzgerald's got his head down. He's having to close down on his arch rival Sasha Nordia. But look at David Goosen. He's holding him off for the time being. Ross Branch, what a fantastic start from the boy from Botswana. Right next to him, Karen Fitzgerald. This is a great ride from Ross Branch. It's one of the best races we've had so far this year in the MX1 class. Andre David on the Kawasaki goes past the start-finish area. He's just ahead of Roger Dean Bergstrom on the Suzuki number 25. Sasha Nordia looks like he's in the mood. David Goosen having a much better run this time around in second. And it does look like Fitzgerald's coming in a lot of pressure from Ross Branch. Branch, after that first race, when he banged his head on the handlebar, seems to have come right. Also, where's he deploy? His bike sounds like a 250cc the way it does rev out there on the track. Sasha Nordia through the right-hander, doesn't use the berm, doesn't clear the double jump either. Karen Fitzgerald almost makes it over that big double jump. Ross Branch in his real tracks. This is the big dice going on for third position at the moment. Also, to just let you know, Richard van der Westhuizen has set quickest lap of the race, so he is charging through the field after not a great start. On board with David Goosen. Round the outside, Ross Branch, look at the speed he's carrying on the fast part of the track. He's taking part in the National Off-Road It's obviously helped him. Fitzgerald, he's being passed by Richard van der Westhuizen. After that quick lap from Richard, he's got the bit between the teeth. Anthony Reynard down in 6th position. That's Andre David on the Kawasaki. He's a lap down already. There's Wyatt Davis. Oh, he gives us great airtime with the KTM. Goosen looking to come back past Ross Branch. Does he make sure he does? Look at that as they go over that big tabletop, and he has got back past. So David Goosen is now into second place. Branch holding on to him. Can he make another move before the end of the race? David Goosen putting Roger Dean Bergstrom a lap down. A great win though for Sasha Nordia with ABE Midas Husqvarna. Goosen and van der Westhuizen second and third. Let's catch up with David Goosen.
Came out second on the start behind Sasha, and he put down some serious good laps, and I didn't have anything for him. And then just worked my way, and we finished off second overall, or second in that race on MX1. So I'm not really sure what overall I've got yet, but just really happy. Thanks to everybody involved with me, and I'm just a really good day after the bad times I've had lately after a big crash, and just pumped to be back here, and 2 podiums today is amazing.
Sasha Nordia's first overall for the year.
I've just got to thank the Lord for that. It's been a long time. I've got to thank all my sponsors, AB Midas, Husqvarna, Fox. I mean, I've just can't thank everyone enough. I finally got the start, and then I knew it was a track. It's quite a small track. I knew with a good start I could run the front place. I got it front, and I just stayed there, and I'm just really, really happy to take the overall. It's been a while.
The official results then from Syringa Spa in the Fly Riding Apparel Results Roundup. 65 class went to Hayden Tully, Blake Young in second, Running off the podium, Diane Manuel ahead of Leonard Detroit, Troy Morale and Vian Depoy in the top 6. In the 125 high school class, Market of Frey picking up the overall win ahead of Keegan Hickson Mahoney, Regan Wasmith, Slade Smith, Ricky Raff and Jordan Fenter in the points. In the support class, Bevan Christie was the overall winner ahead of Mason Based, Mark Lightley, Terry Gray, Chase Duplessis and Dylan Krobler on 34 points with the Yamaha. The ladies class went to Nanda Klaus, ahead of Brittany Cuthbert, Kayla Raff, Natasha Regani, Bianca Pedersen and Megan Yonka in 6th position. Looking at the MX1 class, Sasha Nordia with an overall win ahead of Karen Fitzgerald, ahead of David Goosen, Richard van der Westhuizen, Anthony Reynard and Wesley Deploy on 33.